Hello! Greetings from the office/playroom here. And it's been a few days and you haven't seen me, so here I am yet again. Before we get going on the pre-reading for today, I want to talk briefly about the Articles of Confederation and the Declaration of Independence documents you guys had to do in class. Yes, I know they're not fun. They're not super exciting, but they're important for foundational information for this class. And as I said before in the previous video, these documents are going to be used on the AP test. And in fact, this unit is especially heavy in primary source documents, more so than other units later on. So, the other reason I want to talk about those is that they're foundational for the American political spirit in terms of they kind of lay the groundwork for what Americans are going to believe for the next 240 plus years. Things like distrust of the government, which I know sounds surprising, but it's an actual political philosophy idea in America where we're distrustful of our government to a certain extent. The idea of natural rights. Everybody has a right to life, liberty, and property. And that's fundamental, and it's talked about all the time. I mean, you hear people talking about my rights, my rights, my rights. So that's an important one because it's life, liberty, and property, and we need to know those. Also, the idea of popular sovereignty, that the government exists because we allow it to exist, and we give it our consent. So it's self-government. You know, we are the government. It's not some kind of weird king or cabal that runs the government. It's the people that do. So those are some fundamental ideas that are the foundation for American political thought and philosophy even today. All right, so now that I've said that, oh, and last thing, like I said before, whole bunch of articles, put them in your binder. We'll refer back to them in April when we're reviewing for the AP test. So today's reading, pages 42 through 48. Here are the focus questions. You're going to identify and describe the areas of consensus when drafting the Constitution. You're also going to identify and describe the areas of conflict along with the resolutions for those conflicts. There's a couple of them. So I know that we can probably pause the video, you can write those down, and I'm sure that Ms. Villegas will put them up on the board too if you need. So let's go ahead and look at this real quick, and then you guys can get to your reading. So you're going to start on page 42 with the blue heading that says Crafting the Constitution, and in fact I think it says Crafting the Constitution, Compromise, Ratification, and Quick Amendment. So you're going to read that. That's the same kind of blue heading. There are three areas in there, areas of consensus. You're going to notice these are the same color headings in the book. Your job is to go through and identify, where we had some agreement. That's what consensus means, agreement. And describe each one of those. Now, there's going to be some additional vocabulary cards you're going to have to create when you're reading this section or afterwards when I'm talking about it. And that's about it. So those are the three sections. And remember, when you're reading, we're looking at crafting the Constitution, and it's guiding you along to the three major areas when they're crafting that Constitution, when they're actually drafting it for you guys to be able to focus on. So there should be no reason you're completely lost. You can always refer back to the headings and see, okay, what am I supposed to be reading today? And then go from there. Other than that, I'll be back after the reading, and I hope you guys have a good day.